Hey guys, here with another video playing Green Steel here against STEELSONG, both using the new Beyond the Horizon, very strong steel card. It's really strong. You're going to see in Game 1 it being used very early, and in Game 2 it completely was game changing. Anyways, yeah, we're going to go over that. I start off with my hand. I've got a decent hand. I don't see my Diablos, but that's fine. I have John with Deceiver and Deceiver of All and Sudden Chill. I've got like basically all the cards I would need. Just gotta pray my Deceiver of All can stick. I think Sudden Chill and pass. And he's noticing, oh, you're on discard. Well, little do you know, I'm also playing Beyond the Horizon. So we both know pretty early we're playing Beyond the Horizon decks. We like to go into these blind. Ink Strength, because it's the only inkable I'm willing to get rid of. I pitch his, and then along came Zeus strategically, because I don't want him to kill my Deceiver of All with it. You could argue that was a misplay. I could have just played Prince John and then sang Sudden Chill with Deceiver. But yeah, I kind of wanted to try the min-max play, because it's testing, but it might have been a misplay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. He plays a Troubadour, and I knew he had that, and that's part of the reason I got rid of the Zeus. But now I know that next turn he's going to sing Beyond the Horizon, so I got to stick this either Deceiver of All or Prince John. And I'm not a big green steel player, so I could be making a crap load of mistakes. Maybe I could have played Prince John here because he's ward and I would draw extra cards off the Beyond the Horizon, but I figured maybe I'll get the Deceiver of All to stick and pray she can double sing to do some crazy work. Maybe in my 3 new cards I get a Muses, which I'm running 3 of, I believe. He's playing the new Namari, which is pretty strong. I'm not sure about in this deck. But yeah, he plays Ariel, he finds World's Greatest. Yeah, I think it was definitely a misplay for me to play the Deceiver of All and also take the Beyond the Horizon. So he'd be on the Horizons, and then he'd be on the Horizons me. And I discard everything, and he's like, oh wow, those were great cards to get rid of. But thankfully I see Pete in my next card, which is really strong for me. So for 3, I play the Pete. I ink the Morph. And then I double sing Sudden Chill, make him discard all but 1 card left. And I have a Beyond the Horizon cooking for me next, but I'm not going to be able to play it with what's on board unless they leave my Deceiver of All up, which is very unlikely to happen. All he has to do is run his Ariel and Troubadour into it. But that's a good trade for me, and he chooses to do that. And now what's great is my Ursula can take it the Ariel, and the Pete can take it the Troubadour, and the Pete lives. He has 2 cards in hand. What would really hurt me here is if he has a Storm. He can't use it right now, but his Cindy can trade up with my Pete without dying next turn after I take out the Troubadour with a Storm. I play Diablo to see what he has, and it's another Beyond the Horizon, and we both have Beyond the Horizons in our hand. So thankfully he doesn't have exactly what he needs, and he can't sing Beyond the Horizon with just the Cindy's, so I just pass. And he passes because he can't play anything, and I sing Storm on one of the Cindy, which is great top deck, and I find a Tinkerbell, which I can't use here. I ink the Tinkerbell because I know he has Beyond the Horizon, and I will quest for 2, because his Cindy can't kill them with challenge. He inks a Rapunzel and passes. He didn't have enough ink to play because we know one of the cards was Beyond the Horizon, so I'm assuming his other card in hand was uninkable, so he couldn't just Rapunzel and heal for 1, running her into a Diablo or Ursula. He finds a World's Greatest with Ariel, which he just top decked. And I'm just swinging for the fences here. Here, I'm like, okay, he has Beyond the Horizon, so I'm just going to play a Diablo, discarding my Beyond the Horizon. And I'm just going to keep questing, and I'm going to draw on his draw step. and he inks Stitch. He sings Beyond the Horizon, and I get to draw. Because he draws 3, I draw 3 as well. And he chooses not to do it on me, because then I would draw 6 because of Diablo. And now we're just talking about how it works with Diablo. But as of right now, I'm in a good board state because I could remove these aerials this turn. I could just wipe his board and just keep questing. He currently has no answer for my Diablo. I can assume that he drew one here with his aerial, which he's still deciding on. We took that little break to talk about Beyond the Horizon. He missed, apparently, which is great for me. He finds Pete, which is strong, but I can shift my Pete still and take him out pretty well. Take out the aerial pretty well. So for 4, I shift in Pete, and then I will challenge his aerial with it, taking only 1 damage because he gains resist whenever he's exerted for challenging. And then I take out the Cinderella with my Diablo because they have nothing that's evasive that will... And whatever kills him at 2 health will kill him at 1 health, unless he has Tinkerbell. And then I choose not to quest with Muses or Ursula because I don't want him to get Rapunzel value. But I'm in a very good spot here. I'm not really sure how he crawls back into this. My strength is about to do massive damage. Inks a Troubadour, and now he's out of cards after he plays this 1 card in hand, which is Beyond the Horizon. So because I have 3, and here I drew for his turn because I forgot to do that, and then I would be at 7, right? So I drew because he at first didn't say he was going to choose me as well, but then he chose to choose himself. Then he's like, oh wait, no, I want to choose both, which shouldn't be allowed, but we're just testing, so it's fine. And the math here is because I was at 4, I would go to 7, because he draws 3, and if he chooses me, I draw 6. So here I remembered, you guys can see for video proof what I had, and I put those 3 into the discard, and I reshuffled into the deck what he would have seen, because I couldn't remember what the Diablo draw for turn was. Actually, technically, that card should have gone to my discard, so I technically cheated and grabbed at the pitchforks, guys. I played Deceiver on his fresh hand, and I hit a Storm, which is huge, in a World's Greatest, but then he just decides to scoop whenever I Deceiver, because I can take out the World's Greatest Criminal Mind that can kill my Pete, and then he just has nothing left he can do. So yeah, that's game 1. I take game 1, and game 2... game 2 is a pretty quick one, I think. Here, I don't have an ideal hand. I'm deciding on if I want to go for a Diablo shift, but I think it's a little greedy, so I choose to get rid of them. And I decide to keep the Pete, Ursula, Storm, and Muses. I probably should have gotten rid of the Storm. That was a misplay on my part. But as you can see, I draw 2 uninkables, which isn't ideal for me. Yeah, keeping the Storm was a mistake. For some reason, I had it in my head that I need to keep the Storm because I wanted to look for Diablo Shift and potentially, but I chose not to look for Diablo Shift, so I should have gotten rid of the Storm. And then I draw another uninkable. So I ink my Morph and Pass, and I kind of pray that I can get my Pete and the Muses out, and that's how I'm going to win this game. He plays Ink Stitch, and he plays Troubadour, and I'm like, uh-oh, if he has an aerial next turn, he can sing Beyond the Horizon before I can do anything. And here I make a misplay. Here I make a misplay, because for some reason I greed on Muses. I think I choose to ink the Muses. I ink the Pete instead of the Muses, which was a misplay, to play the Deceiver, because the Pete would have been able to stop the Beyond the Horizon. But I don't see anything with my deceiver, so I'm like, okay, no Beyond the Horizon, we're fine. But still, I only have one Inkable in my hand, and I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't really good for me. He inks Ursula Vanessa. Actually, he thinks about it, and he changes his mind. He ends up inking a Cinderella instead. Sorry, no, he did end up inking the Vanessa. Just took him a while to decide here. He plays Ariel. He looks at the top 4. And I believe he takes a Zeus. Yep, he takes a Zeus. Oh no, he decided to take it Beyond the Horizon instead. He passes, and I'm like, uh-oh. So we know he takes Beyond the Horizon. He's singing that next turn. I wish I didn't ink my Pete. I'm so stupid. So here, I just ink Muses, play Morph, and just brace for the pain that I'm about to receive. You guys are going to see just how powerful that Beyond the Horizon card is. The fact that he can completely empty my hand down to 3. Thankfully, he doesn't You Have Forgotten Me after it. I'm kind of spoiling here. I quest because those characters are going to sing, so it doesn't matter. He inks Troubadour. He uses 4 to shift in Ariel, and then he sings Beyond the Horizon with his 2 characters. And I show him my absolute gas of a hand. Me inking that Pete was such a mistake. That was a game-losing mistake. But yeah, so he chooses to Beyond the Horizon, both of us. I show him what I'm discarding. And here I've got messing around, struggling with tabletop controls. And I draw 3. I see a Diablo for my Morph, which is not bad. Here I Deceiver, pray I hit something. I don't hit anything, which is unfortunate. I discard the Bruno to shift Diablo. I quest for 1 with Diablo, and I pass, drawing on his draw step. And here I'm in trouble. And because he accidentally killed his Troubadour there. I pray he doesn't have a song, but he has he plays an Ariel here, I believe. Oh no, what he does is he sings with World's Greatest with no target, and then pays 2 to take it out with Ariel. Take out my Diablo with Ariel. That was probably my only way back into this game. If only I saw Pete instead of Deceiver there, then I could have kept my Diablo safe. And now at this point, I'm like, this is basically over. I can't even fathom a way I crawl back into this game. Like, maybe I Lucifer his hand. But who knows. So he quests for 2 with Ariel, and he's going to start running that clock. I find a Storm. It doesn't really do much here. So I just play a Pete just so I can get something on board. I probably made a mistake here. I probably should have just played the Diablo, because Peting here, there's nothing I really want to protect board state-wise. So another misplay. I don't play a lot of green steel. I apologize, guys. I just wanted to test the new Beyond the Horizon stuff. He plays Namari, which now has 5 strength, I think, because he has 5 in his inkwell. Sorry, his discard. He discards a Rapunzel, I think. Oh, a Stitch. So here I wasn't really paying attention when he almost discarded the Rapunzel, but I already knew he had the Rapunzel. I was kind of tuned out here because I figured the game was lost, but I probably should definitely be trying to win at all times. But here I completely forget about the Rapunzel, and I overcommit to kill Namari. But now he can take out my Pete and then heal to kill my kill my Pete with Ariel and then heal the Ariel with Rapunzel and draw 3, which is just absolutely backbreaking. And here I'm like, well, do I keep this Pete in hand? It's so expensive. I've already seen 2. Probably not going to see another. So I'm going to ink it. Wish I saw it earlier so I could shift it in. So I ink that. And then I'm just like, well, if my Petes are exerted, whatever. I'll just exert my Deceivers. Because now I'm realizing, oh my god, he has a Rapunzel in hand. That was so stupid of me. So, yeah, he plays the Rapunzel. Well, he crashes in. He plays the Rapunzel. Draws 3. Bare necessities to see my Diablo. And he realizes he misplayed. He's like, whatever, it's fine. I'm in a winning position anyways. But he could have inked the Cinderella first and then paid 2 to take out one of my Ursulas with his Ariel. But here I'm like, well, there's nothing I can sing Beyond the Horizon with, so I just gotta pray this Diablo sticks. And spoiler alert, he doesn't. Ariel, and he didn't have the song, but he had the Ariel, which finds the song. So now I'm just like, okay, it's absolutely over. He sings Storm on Diablo, pays 2 extra from Ariel to take out my Ursula, and I'm sitting there with 1 Ursula on board, and I'm like, okay, there's no way. But I like to play at the games anyways, just see what can happen. Normally, I would scoop in this case, but I play my Muses, and I'm like, okay, maybe we can get 1 more character on board and sing Beyond the Horizon. But at this point, he's got a, 6 lore on board, so that's a 2-turn clock. So there's really nothing I can do unless I find a song that I can hard cast. Like, yeah, I would have to find a song I can hard cast, bounce with Muses, the Troubadour. Actually, still, I can't really bounce. It would have to bounce the Rapunzel. But then he plays Pete, and I'm like, okay, yeah, now I can't even play a song. And then he quests, Threatening Lethal, and let's see what I draw. It's a 1-drop Diablo. And yeah, there's absolutely nothing I can do. I can't have the lore. I'm like, I can't play actions because Pete. It's not like I could play Beyond the Horizon here anyways. And I just scoop. But yeah, this is the new Beyond the Horizon card. It's really strong. I highly recommend you guys try it out. It is going to be super good. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the card, what you think of how badly I play Green Steel. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.